Thank you for joining us on this broadcast. Brought to you by Complete Insanity. All right, so today is kind of a prediction situation. We'll see how things go with that. So it's a prediction timeline shift. I want to, feel like 2 years, maybe it's sooner, maybe later. Probably. I guess we'll find out. No, it's not aliens arriving or anything like that. This might be better. So we'll see. And then Kepler-452b, Super Earth. That's in I forget what cipher was it, the star system from yesterday. I can't remember the name of it. I can picture it, but and Aldebaran star channeling. I kept my so I can pronounce for Aldebaran. I'm messing up. So that's it's a notorious constellation. It's like one of the largest stars. So it's publicly it's freaking huge. Our sun looks like a dot compared to that sun. So it should be different. So before I go into the timeline predictions, do an update of my tardiness. Still like behind as hell. I might as well just put 30 days for delivery for everything. StarAlabden.com, I have private sessions for the shop here. I'm on the 23rd for some people. For some other people, I'm on the 11th. Same situation here, and that's last month. Webinar sign up. We have social network, Rabbit, behind the scenes, and social dating site. So real quick there. Of course, I haven't logged into the dating site for a while, but okay. So prediction. So I don't know how to word this. So I feel like was it 2 years, maybe before that, like a government collapse, not like society collapse, basically. I do feel the government is sliding into an oblivion. There's spending or something. That's why we have, Mr. Wonderful in there right now, in charge, or whatever you want to call it, that, the puppet. So I do feel like I don't know when this is going to occur. It could be, who knows? We're kind of seeing the signs of it a little bit, but we're kind of being steered in the wrong direction. So, some people feel like they need to prep and all that. You can do what you got to do, but I don't know. It's not going to be the end of the world or anything like that. It's just basically all the hot air coming from Washington is going to come back to him eventually. So, yeah, I felt 2 years, and I didn't know how to word this without getting too like fear mongering or anything like that. So I'm not worried about it, but as they start falling apart, they're going to start blaming everybody else. Maybe they're blaming Russia. They got to blame somebody. So their own incompetence. So, well, it's built to fail, so it's going to fail eventually. Yeah, 2 years. That's probably why Trump didn't run. Why I didn't win is because of what's coming. So now who knows? Could be wrong. Everything would be. I doubt there. It's just gonna be. Well, we'll just have to wait and see. So I'm not gonna put fear out there or anything like that. Not that anybody cares anyway. So, all right, just want to put that out there. That's about it. Not much deeper than that. Just overspending from government. Politicians start, hopefully, truth of all that comes out. I'm not really going to channel that energy for that. Well, maybe that would be the CIA or something like that. Yeah, it's just, how long can they do this? They've been doing it for a long time, obviously, but you can't get away with this forever. Was it Empire's fall like every 300 years or something like that? So, we're kind of seeing that now. Just haven't seen it as full scale we're seeing it, and then the next phase is, the government is gonna eat itself. So yeah, it's well, without going into too much detail, the writing's on the wall. So it felt 2 years. It might happen sooner. It might happen later. It might not happen at all. But it feels like a 2 year fall is on its way. So not yeah, it's not going to be. People are it's not going to be chaos. I mean, for the government, yeah, because they're stupid. But they can change things around and not be corrupt. But they're not going to do that. It's too easy just to be corrupt. So we just have to wait and see. So they're doing what they do best. So I guess that's why some people are here to stay for the fireworks. I think we're just getting started with that. So I can tap into some of that. Yeah, do what I can with that. CIA energy, I feel, because they're part of a lot of. But that's pretty much the government. Pretty much, it's not the government. It's not what we see. It's more of those in the shadows. So I feel CIA when I'm talking about this. So yeah, they implode themselves on purpose, sort of. Oh, they see the writing on the wall. Let's put it that way. So I can tap into that energy for a little bit, and then we'll go on to the Kepler energy as the super Earth. And I already forgot the pronunciation of that star, so forgive me for that. So, all right, blessings. Here we go. Greetings. We say we are your government consciousness. Yes, you can see it's internal implosion. Yes, it's Masonic energies are keeping it together at this time. But even they themselves will see on a spiritual side that their spells are no longer working, their rituals are no longer holding society together as they like to. So yes, expect many scandals to continue on. Within basically lies can't be hidden anymore. And also the wars across the world are eventually going to not necessarily vanish, but the funding will not be as strong as it used to be. So you're going to see, yes, governmental bad news continue on, society breakdown, not necessarily in writing, but just basically the infrastructure of what making government look good is no longer going to be as strong as it used to. It's already showing its signs of, yes, implosion, and it's continued to do so. Some are going to panic no matter what. But that's the only way for new energies to come in is for the old systems to break apart. It's like an old wall holding up old belief systems, old cities. Eventually, the cities are necessary for right now, but the infrastructures are going to start to break apart. First has to do with where the corruption is. Same way where the termite energy is. Yeah, so a lot of negativity has been done on this planet through government intervention. They got away with a lot throughout the past. Humans have justified it, but they can't continue it anymore. Now, some are going to still defend them no matter what. But as scandals begin to arise, we see around at least 6 months, maybe before that, we start seeing signs of the cracks on the wall if you have not seen them already. It becomes more inevitable. So at this point, we see like 6 months. It's not going to happen all at once, but you're going to see, what was once working is no longer working within your governmental systems. Where some people are going to panic no matter what, but find your truth within yourself. That's what matters at this time. Blessings. Greetings. We are what you call Kepler, the 452b. Yes, the super Earth, a rock planet, you can say. We are, yes, a consciousness that's been connected to your planet for some time. We're not here to echo or copy your energies, your mannerisms. We do have an Anunnaki visitation, as many planets do, and also an Arcturian energy. But there are worlds that are developed similar to yours, but not necessarily have to be exact, where we can also pull a lot of negativity from your world and even bring it to ourselves. So you don't have to go through what you're going through. So basically, your planet invents other planets similar to yours, even its form, its rock formations. Your world is kind of an inspiration to other creations, maybe not to the level of negativity, but for us to learn from the lessons that's similar to your planet. So if you go to an Earth-like world that's not another version of Earth but looks similar, you most likely will find similar problems, but not to the extent of yours. But there is a lot of growth going on our planets. And the way to do it is to have environments similar to yours. So obviously there are higher vibrational worlds that are similar, but not have problems as yours does. Or basically learning from your world. We not necessarily trying to cause our own problems, but some do. But you say we have negativity, but cut in half compared to yours. We don't necessarily have the cities like yours. We don't necessarily have the air like yours. We don't exactly look like you. It's not that important what we look like at this time. But we are a humanoid experience, so let's put it that way. Some of us, well, are blue skinned. To give you, well, we can at least bring that up. Yeah, yellow hair, blue skinned, and some of us have red eyes. Yellow, the red eyes. Okay, we're allowed to mention some things. Just to give you a difference, so it's basically a bunch of blue people that are kind of learning similar situations as yours. Our planet is more of kind of like a middle ages planet, more Agarthian, but we do have similar technology. Well, more advanced technologies actually. We do have hovercraft technologies already, or hover type of vehicles. It's hard to fully describe what that looks like, but we don't really go into the mechanics of it. But we still have. It's kind of like we're kind of like a primitive world, but with technology. But we don't really obsess over technology. It's like a wizard planet to some degree. So we have technology, wizardry, and we have it's kind of creature beings there too. Kind of like a mythology planet. And yours is too. It's just you're not seeing, you're not experiencing it. So it's up to you to connect to our vibrations. You can do as you wish. But we do have, problems, of course. But once again, we don't have to get up and go to work, but we do have duties. We do have jobs, but not to the extent of yours, like a half a day or something around that. We just don't worry as much as your world does. Your world is built on worry. It's always worried about the future, where it's going to be, what it looks like. And that's now you're always going to find this common among many planets of looks. And many worlds people want to look attractive in some form or another. At least a lot of alien groups are in some alien worlds are adapting what you call a cell phone. That is humorous, but it's also because it gets people to talk verbally. Yeah, so we can be more because the telepathic connection. You lose a lot with telepathic abilities. Well, you lose a lot of your emotional chords lessons. So we are a world that talks like yours. We have communication, so we don't have little cell phones walking around, but we do have communication devices. Realize that's one version of our planet. We have several other versions also. So our connection to your world is, yes, you're here to unlock your planet, basically, is what you're here to do. Well, basically, the problems of your world. You're just here to not have to go in circles under, yes, government manipulation. There is a possibility of government breakdown, of course. Well, it's like a virus. It's a virus that's been overwhelming society for thousands of years. Now, there's a positive side of it, and there's a negative side. You're obviously dealing with the negative side, and a lot of that was built up by Anunnaki beings. Anunnaki beings are known to build societies and then hide underground or hide in other dimensions, but a lot of them do hide underground. So obviously, nothing's going to be completely clear, but as you go into a higher vibration, some of you might see in your mind's eye beings that are flying in the sky, possibly like hovering and looking down at you. It would be kind of strange. Some will call it uncomfortable, but as you are unlocking your planets, anything goes. Some of you might see troll beings. You might see even Agarthian queens and kings, possibly in other realms, even watching, because they can tap into your vibration if there's a reason for it. Well, it just shows that you're on the right track, because there are kingdoms in Agartha that are aware of your society. They're completely aware. Your world is, the matrix or whatever you want to call it. And so they're fully aware of your realm. So it's more of a mythology, as you know, type of a mythical realm that you're tapping into. But they're fully aware of who you are. Not everybody, but those that you're connected to. So some of you are going throughout your everyday and you feel an energy from an Agarthian world. You actually feel like there's a presence around you because there is. So it shows you that you're ready for it. And anything can happen, of course. Of course, they're just giving you, most of it is just giving you an understanding that you're going in the right direction. And yes, there's the government energies, what they call CERN, that's causing trouble. Yes, they're trying to connect to other planets. Manipulating timelines, but mostly connected to other planets. So we'll send you energies from our world to yours. You can connect to our vibrations when we realize this. We don't have the stress of your planet, so if you want to relax and connect to our world, please do. The blue people, however you want to name us, it's fine. Kepler-452b, that'd be the most exciting name. You don't have to call us that. Blessings. Greetings. We are the superstar or the Aldebaran. Yeah, it doesn't matter the pronunciation of it. Actually, your world pronounce it different than we pronounce it. But we are, yes, the super. Yes, we're the star and tourist, basically. Of course, you don't have problems like your planet, but your planet is essential for growth on many levels. There's many higher dimensional beings that are acting childlike and have to grow up eventually. So as you're going to more of your own self development, basically taking yourself more seriously, people do not take themselves seriously. They get into spiritual energies, but they're not sure how far they want to open themselves. I mean, there's certain levels you want to go within yourself. And it's not easy to open, to know deeper who you are. That takes time. But some of you have incarnated here so many times. You're actually, however you want to word it, instructing some higher dimensional beings to incarnate on your planet to grow the hell up. And they can be higher dimensional wizard beings. It doesn't really matter. because some of them aren't aware of their own, you know, BS that they've been doing in the higher dimensions. And some of you bring them in, and some of you bully them sometimes. It all depends. Not always the case, but some do. Well, you have like a being that thinks they know everything, and some of you are like, okay, guess where you came from. Just to give, yeah, it's not the clearest of why people are. Some people feel like it's a prison reality. In many ways, it is. But once again, higher dimensional beings need to know what this dimensional energy feels like to connect to themselves. So basically, release a lot of arrogance that many beings are going through. As some of you realize, a lot of class of people. There's a higher class of people. There's a middle class, lower class, which none of that makes any sense. But that's fine. But there's still snobbery within all classes. Welcome to the higher dimensions. And some in the lower class feel like they're the richest people or know everything, and that's a higher dimensional being. Basically, they haven't got over themselves. And there's a lot of that here. So that's what you're getting. That's why this world is so unique. It's for the souls to just chill out, to become a little bit more humbling. That's hard. That's why this world's still around. There's many other reasons, but a lot of it has to do with this humbling beings, just to calm them down. Now, some beings have no problem doing it in the higher dimensions, but others have a lot of trouble doing it. Well, because they get a higher frequency, 12th dimension, however, and their head does not seem to come down from there, as some of you have noticed. So that is, yes, this world is difficult, but it's a school in so many different levels. Where the higher dimensions can be some of the hardest beings to, bring down to planet Earth, you can say. So it's a necessary, a poison pill, you can say, to some degree. So this is why there's always going to be other versions of Earth, because, yes, this place might be hell planet, but it has a lot of good in it. It's just not always easy to see, especially when you're healing your own karma, which is hell, right? It's hell studio. Well, some of you call it hell for a lot of these other beings that are here to teach them. And let me tell you, they learn their lessons here, that's for sure, especially when you have genocidal timelines and so forth. So you are going into more of a calmer state of mind, of knowing yourselves more clearly, where you just one day do not know who the hell you are, the next day you have a better idea of it. And it slowly becomes more clear as you go forward. We don't have to worry about working and all these things. Obviously, that's a problem now, but you're slowly adjusting your vibration where you don't have to worry about those things anymore. You're going into a higher frequency altogether. And many of you are going to feel it. Doesn't mean you're going to be flying in the sky just yet. You might feel like you are on an astral level. You'll probably feel it. So that's the, there's a dark side. Why this world is the way it is. We can say also other planets are preparing to handle as this Earth goes into a higher frequency. But they're taking the knowledge to other planets so they can still teach souls what this world has been teaching for a long time. So it's like this world gets a break, but other worlds don't. So if you see other Earth-like planets that one's, like your cousin Bobby or something has his own Earth that's causing trouble for people. Well, he thinks that what they need to learn their lessons or figure themselves out, or however you want to look at it, or different, because you'd be surprised how many of you have your own planet that you're not aware of, or your own universe, but we'll just say you have your own planet somewhere, just to keep things simple. Your own star, planet, whatever you want to call it. And you're tapping more into that. Obviously, without the ego, that makes things easier. But yeah, you brought your wrath here. Some of you have. And now you're bringing more of your clarity. So it's just, it's not always going to be clear why things happen the way they do. Not at this state. But Some of you feel there's a higher frequency coming in. You just don't know how, when, where it comes through. But you want it. And that says a lot. So you're pulling in that dimension. So, which is huge. Yeah, it's basically, continue to imagine. Because that's the astral realm. That's you. Imagine is real. You saw imagination. Am I just making all this stuff up? Well, not really. No. I mean, in this realm, it feels like you're making things up, but in higher dimensions, it's all there. You're creating. So it's just in this realm, it's never clear. Of course not. Well, this is the school. This is the school shut down from everyone, right? It's quarantined. So you're unquarantining your planet. So some of you really want to connect to the stars. Well, yeah, you can also write down what star systems you want to tap into. Literally, write it down. Write it down on your phone, on a piece of paper, or something. It's like, or you want to astral travel more. You put the intention out, and writing it down, typing it does help the intention to come through. And you'll see little by little blocks of your mind opening up, allowing that to occur. You want to see a future Earth, you want to see a supernova, you want to see whatever you want to see. You want to see JFK somewhere on another planet, go right ahead. You'd be surprised how many you get delivered. Well, see, you ask for it, but then you forget you asked for it, and then it gets delivered. It's like, why is this here? Happens a lot. It truly is like you ask for. I want to hear about all the scandals and with the spiritual community, and then you forget, and all of a sudden you see scandal after scandal. It's like, what the hell is all this about? Happens a lot. So, us as a sun energy is, well, basically we're humanoid beings. We're no, was it the bull you call us, the Taurus, the bull? I believe it's a bull. But we are known to not have the problems of your Earth. But we also are aware of our power too, our abilities, and responsibility of it. As you have heard on your world, powers and responsibilities is a pretty big deal. We don't word it that way. We don't talk about it a lot. But it's like when someone's going to misuse their abilities, many know very instantly. So getting away with negativity is not easy. It's like a kid trying to get a cookie from the cookie drawer, and your mom already knows like 2 days before that you're going to do it. So this is why negativity on a higher dimensional planes are harder to tap into. And there are worlds where the beings are becoming more humbled by your planet, basically not becoming, because beings can become overpowered and just do darkness. Because the other thing is to be dark and not be predicted. So you can do horrible things and nobody can see that you did it, and that's pretty intense. And the beings do test that. Like, can I do mischievous things and nobody sees it? So, and you're seeing that now in your realm. It's another reason why you are in the world you are, so you can detect these type of things. It's a little bit out of school here what we're talking about, but so even in higher dimensions, you can keep things hidden, but you gotta really put a lot of effort into it, and beings can catch up, see you doing that, trying to keep things hidden too. But normally in the higher dimensions, you can't hide a hell of a lot, and this is an alien energy. So our energies on your planet is, yeah, we tell your world to keep it up. Obviously, we don't want you to stay in a slave state, no, but we just want you to find your purpose, whatever that might be. Yeah, we're not ones to judge, far from it, because we don't know anything. Well, we don't have clothes. I mean, we have clothes, but we don't really need them. We don't have the problem. We don't have to, wash your hair like your planet does. We're just vibration. So we have clothes, but it's like vibrational clothes. We're not physical. We're like more like the sixth dimension and higher than that. So, but yes, we do hover around like Arcturian beings. But we see, we have conversations about your planet, how how needful it is for us to stay at the vibration that we're at. It's like when beings are becoming dark and arrogant, they need a world like yours to clear that out. So we can keep our vibrations high. But even those that are higher have a higher vibration become arrogant and ignorant. It's like, you know what? You need an Earth lifetime to clear a lot of that because we can't talk to you anymore. Some becomes so. It does happen. So your world is like going to the doctor. It's like therapy is also like going to the doctor. It's just a harsh doctor. It's a hard world. Of course, because everyone's problems are here. Higher dimensional beings come to your planet all the time. And they might be some of the smartest kids in school, some of them, not always. Not always. Well, there's a different types of smart, as you know. I mean, some of you can just, build a car out of nothing or live out in nature for eons, and most beings don't even know how to do that. So there's different types of smarts that are not really recognized on your planet as it could be. And that's what you're here to do. You're here to unlock a lot of your secrets within yourselves, but also realize that you're on other planets teaching other beings the lessons you've learned. You don't want to forget the lessons of this planet. Obviously, you're not always aware of the lessons that you're learning, but they're still very important because the idea is to keep yourself balanced. Not perfect, but just in a way where you're useful to society and the universe. You're always growing, and not all souls do that. Some just want to go on vacation all day. There's nothing wrong with vacation lifetimes, but some go on it forever. And some do end up ceasing to exist. It all depends. Or some beings become like vacation beings, just energy beings, and you're just using energy all the time. They don't want to learn any lessons. I guess as long as they're helping vibrationally, and they're at a neutral state, not causing anyone any problems, so be it. It's when they start causing problems, that's when they end up on your planet, an incarnation, or a world that's similar to yours. So there are worlds that are harder than yours, but they have specific lessons to be learned, like 4 or 5 of them. Your world has millions of different types of lessons, so it's not very clear. Of course, on a world that's harder than yours isn't clear either, but we'll leave that for another day.